Right, so for today's video, we're going to be talking about a situation where a TikToker's change of career has resulted in a bunch of backlash. This seems to be the most talked about thing on TikTok right now. Literally, when I'm scrolling down my For You page, every other video is just a response video, response video, response video. And for this to all make sense, we have to give you a bit of a backstory here, right? So it's all revolving around this TikToker right here called Hub's Life. We can see he has about 900,000 followers, and the majority of his videos are kind of like day in the life videos. And the video's kind of revolved around having a 9-to-5 job. We can see the caption on this video says, "Day in the life of a guy with a 9-to-5.
Okay, so I wanted to review this with him because I watched Amy, and I can't remember her last name, but she's British, and I'll put her handle in here. But I watched her or listened to the video about this the other day, and this is really wild. And so this guy here, Marky and Amy, I watched them both because they keep me up on the happenings of TikTok and what's going on out there and all of the drama. Like I said, I stay out of the drama, so I watch other people's drama. So let's continue.
Shows his morning routine, right? So it's him going to work. We're in the office 4 days a week. He doesn't really talk throughout the majority of these videos. It is kind of just caption on screen, music in the background. I get a 1 hour lunch break, able to come home most days for lunch, and he's just showing his life. You kind of get the point. In another video, we can see him talking about his goal with making these videos. So he said, "My goal with this page is to remind others that you are not alone. It's okay to work a normal job. It's okay to not be traveling the world or living on a yacht."
So in his videos, this guy doesn't really talk or say much and is really repetitious. Like every day he's recording himself going to his 9 to 5.
It's okay if you haven't figured it all out yet, because the truth is, most of us haven't figured it out yet. I wouldn't quit my job to do this full time. I love my 9-to-5 as it provides health insurance, steady income, 401k, structure, career growth, opportunities, etc. I enjoy the people I work with and genuinely like the work that I do. I've been making videos for a very long time as a hobby and a passion of mine. The caption on screen says, "When you build a following big enough to leave your 9-to-5, but your content revolves around the 9-to-5 so you can't quit your job." And the caption of the video says, in quotes, "Would you quit your job to do social media full time?" I get this question all the time.
So I think this is funny because I feel like that quote on the screen was him setting the viewer up for the okie doke, setting his followers up for the okie doke. Like, would y'all really stay at your jobs if you made enough money? So I feel like that was the setup so he could spike it. But let's see what else is happening.
I travel 2 to 3 weekends a month filming shows and content non-stop, while also filming and editing content throughout the week. Was making less money than I ever had and was working twice as hard. It got to the point of burnout and I started to lose the passion for video I always had. I realised that once my hobby became a job, it wasn't fun anymore. I ended up going back to corporate America and have never looked back. Taking a risk opened up my eyes to the beauty of having a good stable job. There is something to be said for stability and routine. I started documenting my normal everyday life through this account to serve as my creative outlet to my mundane office job. And now here we are. Moral of the story, you don't have to quit your job to pursue other passions. A 9-to-5 job is just a chapter in your story, not the entire book.
So the thing is, this guy's YouTube or TikTok is built on him working a 9 to 5. That's his whole shtick, if you will. Like he says, hey, it's nothing wrong with being a regular person, not being an influencer and working 9 to 5. But then he goes and quits his 9 to 5, which is his right? But he doesn't let people know that he quit his 9 to 5. So let's keep watching.
Like I said, the only reason I'm reading that is because it comes up a lot in like the response videos that people have been making. A lot of people point out the fact that Hub's Life previously said that. And this was until Hub's Life decided to leave his job and pursue content creation full time. This is definitely where some people's interest in watching Hub's Life videos maybe started to go away a little bit. It's definitely got worse, as we'll see by some of the response videos more recently. And as we can see by this video, Hub's Life still kind of does the same videos, kind of doing like morning routines with music in the background, like text on screen and stuff like that. Except now it's from the perspective of him doing like TikTok and content creation.
So this is when things really started to go south for him. He was on a live recently that was captured on someone else's Instagram where he was basically trying to get money from people. Again, it's not really a foreign concept at all, but it was the manner in which he was doing it, right? He was kind of like, I won't answer questions until you send me a galaxy, and I will only answer these questions for galaxies. Thanks for the rose, but yeah, I really want the galaxy.
It's giving panhandling on TikTok.
Send me something, man. It's how I make it a living. I don't know if I saw a galaxy come through, man. I can't answer any of these. You gotta send me a galaxy, bro. Sam, thank you for the first gift. Roses on deck. But I don't know. I think roses are like not a galaxy. God, I want to answer.
So tacky.
Slightly bizarre when he said stuff like, "Oh, I'll only answer your question if you."
So this whole thing is controversial because one, like I said, he pretended to be going to work every day after he quit his 9 to 5 to become a content creator. But I want to take you to Amy's video because she does show you how he pretended to go to work every day by renting out WeWork space, supposedly, allegedly, and to keep his followers who's, following him because of him being the average Joe and going to work every day, to keep them engaged and, keep the facade going.
So let's see what F the Nice Guy podcast has to say about this hub's life.
Snippets of his very average day. But people love this guy. But when this dude starts to get popular, if you go back and look, you'll start to notice he's doing some questionable things. We have a lot of undisclosed ads that he's doing, in my opinion. Because to me, this showcases that despite he's pushing the 9 to 5 life, he is looking for the influencer lifestyle, brand partnerships. But he said over and over to his audience, I will not be leaving my 9 to 5 job. Until this video comes out, he's leaving his 9 to 5. Oh God! But don't worry, friends, because he says right here, I'm just pursuing a new kind of 9 to 5. Sure, the message was very cryptic, but it seemed at least he was sticking to his brand. And people became even more reassured when they saw him entering his new office space.
So you can imagine he's gotten major backlash and he's turned off his comments. He's only recently just turned them back on. And when I tell you people are hating, they are hating. But the thing is, even though they don't like him anymore, he's still getting the views. So he's probably still getting a paycheck, which I guess is good for him. So it's kind of one of those, like, even if you don't like it, he's still getting paid. You can see this comment here says he left his 6-figure job for this. Send me a galaxy and I'll answer that. Yikes. His old coworkers have to find this so sad. This user says, bro is begging for $15. And as you can see, JL notes that he's now turned off his comments on his videos. This user says, you think a galaxy is a bag the way he's begging? All his content was on 9 to 5 and he quits his job to do content, but all his content was 9 to 5. So what's he doing now? This is a step above standing at the intersection and begging for money. And that's what I said, right? It's like social media panhandling. It's wild. Someone said, I'd legit just rather work my 9 to 5. Someone asked if he was joking. And one person says that they got secondhand embarrassment whenever he sees people on live and someone is begging for these damn galaxies and sunglasses. Yeah, like I said, I think it's a bit tacky myself, but hey. Chris Baconbit says, this just influenced me to keep my job. And as you can see, it just goes on and on. He's getting eaten alive.
So have you guys heard of this? What do you think? Do you follow TikTok drama? Yeah, if you do, follow these two creators. They're amazing. They keep me entertained and they keep me up on what's happening out in the social media streets. All right, remember to keep your drama free.